Hello, welcome to Sunday morning coffee number 246. I know what's going on because I've been awake for a long time, not for 13 minutes. Woo! Yes, I'm here. I'm here. It's all good. It's all good. Um, Alec has confirmed in the comments the reason for my lateness. We were in London yesterday. It was a very long day. I was somewhat of a corpse by the end of it. And um, I was actually awake early this morning. I woke up and I was kind of like, yeah, I was gonna hang out in bed for a bit. And I played some Disney Dreamlight Valley and I read some Reddit. And at some point I fell asleep again. And I even set an alarm and snoozed it. And then I woke up. And thought, oh no! And it was 2 minutes past. It was 2 minutes past 10. So I would have been absolutely mortified if it was something like 10:30. So I feel like you'd summoned me. Like I was lying there asleep, and you were going, Annie, Annie, please get up. So I will talk about the excellent day that I had in London yesterday. So thank you for coming along and waiting for me. Mug reveal of the day is the cooling tower. Because I'll also bonus of um yes, please do bear with me as I wake up. Um I'll also bore you at the beginning of this with the dream I was having just as I woke up. I think Mum's in the chat. I think she is. I think I saw her there. Hi Mum. Um when I was a kid we used to my mum ran a bed and breakfast. So we lived in the bottom bit and then the guests lived in the top bit. And I had a dream that their rent was £1,000, and the, everyone, numbers of viewers just go. Their rent was £1,000, but they didn't want to do the bed and breakfast anymore. So I'd offered to basically sublet the entire of the upstairs to use for Bad Squiddo Games, and obviously it'd be a bargain price. Um, and they were up for it. So just before I was waking up, I was doing the tour, going, can I move back? Can I move back? And I went, no, I've just ordered all those cards for GSPR with the Unit 53 address. And you have to register your own address. And if I run a business from where I live, I'll have to put my address on it. No. And that was when I woke up and it was 10:02. So that's the exciting dreams I have here at Bad Squiddo. So yeah, it was it's a hoot. Um, so yeah, let me just get myself together. I'm wondering what year it is, and I'll begin. I made notes beforehand. I made notes on Friday, just of the bits that I wanted to make sure. Right, sounds like a nightmare. Do you know, GSPR? No. I guess we could start with I got an award. Oh yeah, Mum says upstairs was haunted, and it was haunted. So I was also going, but it's haunted up there as well. But maybe if I just like put more lighting in there and just change everything up, because we'd have to get rid of all the furniture. Maybe it was just the vibe that was haunted. So maybe if I put racking in and stuff, then it wouldn't be so bad. So I had all of that. I did that was all in there. Um, but it was. I'm glad that Mum there confirmed that I grew up in a haunted house. So cheap labour ghost employees. Yeah. Yeah. Excuse me, girl who died of the plague in the house. Could you just grab me some some shield maidens with axes, please? Oh. Jeremy says, can you expense an exorcism or at least write off that on it? I'm surprised that I didn't get that far into it in the dream, to be fair, because that's the sort of detail I go into. Um, there's a there's a Simpsons episode where Bart walks past and Lisa is going something like, "Help me, Abraham Lincoln," or something like that, and he goes, "Even your dreams are lame." That's what I feel like. Oh, delicious coffee. Right. So I won an award. I didn't win an award, but I will. It was the War Games Illustrated Awards. where every year I go, I don't care about awards, and then I don't win anything, and I go, stupid awards. Um, but to be fair, the last year I started putting runner-ups in there, and I've got quite a few mentions over the years on customer service. So that's always been like maybe one day, maybe one day. My customer service is so good. I turn up to my life. But this year they did. I don't know if they've done it like this before. They did a top five, and so the awards came out. I saw them posted online and went, didn't mean anything. But had a look. I got fourth in customer service. It's a downer from two, but I can deal with it. Can deal with it. I think Simon did say I'd probably get more if I actually replied to emails quicker. That is my curse. Um, my mic is breaking. I can't do anything about. Is anyone else having that? Could be internet. Anyone? I'll just talk about some things. Just let me know in the comments if anyone else has some weird sound issues going on. Um, oh god damn it! God damn it! Why? Why? There's nothing I can do. I assume it's the internet. Oh, maybe better. I will. I'll do a noise. No, too bad. I'll carry on. Hopefully, it'll get better. Sorry, can't do thing. Internet's on. That's all I can do. There's no separate mic. I'm just using the one with the camera, so I can't do anything. Sorry. Hopefully, the blips will be recognisable, or if it does get bad, then hopefully in the playback it'll be fine. So I got the fourth. I got the fourth in oh, hey, I got the fourth in customer service, which is cool. It's always good to get recognised. There's a lot of big guys in those awards, and I do always say awards on, they're not polls and things. There's always going to be distortion, but it's nice to be recognised because at least it means a bunch of people went, we link you, so that's cool. Um, so getting anything on that is really good. So call from customer service. But the thing that made me really happy on Friday when I saw it is I got second in new miniatures range. It's beaten by Warlord. But that never counts. It doesn't count. So it's basically a win. So I'm sure Warlord sold a lot more of their epic 6 mil than I did community miniatures. So it's fine. It's fine. But I'm so chuffed with that because I've got such a heart to community miniatures that it means that, say, enough people voted, which was probably loads of you. Um, that's just really cool, and it's given me a nice little boost for community minis. I was mentioning about how Andy buys himself trophies if he's at an award where there's no trophy. He's got an award where there's no trophy. I might get myself a little second, and then I might get on there. Better than GW. GW came fifth, which again doesn't mean anything. It just means randomly there was votes for that particular one because they don't really get included in this sort of thing. But for fun, it means they're better than GW. I'm not a total idiot, but I know the people who sculpted the Legions Imperialis, so, so I messaged them and went, "You sculpted these, didn't you? Yeah." Sing your voice. So that was funny. That was funny. So that was a bit loud if you so officially better. And they were like, why I order. So that was funny. That was funny. So yeah, I give seconds. So thank you. People like community minis. Yay! Yay! So yeah, that's all I do with that. So it's the first one. I'm doing a bit of a spin on the chair today. So that is Ace. Yeah, 3 times better than GW. No, there's no mum awards in the in the War Games Illustrated. There should be, to be fair. There should be. Yeah, like nominate a staff. Well, I could in the Bad Squiddo Awards, couldn't I? I could give you best blister packer. Hopefully you'd might award it to myself because I'm pretty damn efficient. So I got an award, so that put me in a really nice mood on Friday. That was cool. The Pulp Miniatures Pledge Manager is out there, so if you haven't seen that yet, go into your Kickstarter inbox if you backed for Pulp. What's it called? Pulp Heroines! If you backed for that, then you just go into your inbox and it has all the information there, including your special code. Oh yeah, I mentioned this last week because it's been over a week. So yeah, if you haven't done that yet, go bugger. They will hopefully be ready next week. I'm sure I'm going to get shouted at because I had A7 on the mind because I've been getting the cards sorted and packaging and stuff, and I forgot that the thank you cards for Kickstarters are A6, and they arrived, and I went, "Oh, these are oh no, I know what I did there. Oh, um, they'll probably all just kill me because they don't match the other ones now. But maybe they look really cute. I actually prefer them to A6 ones. They're just really sweet little. So I may move on to A7, so it won't be too horrific for you because they're more smaller Kickstarters could be small. Tim says misprints are collectible. Yeah, just far away. Oh, Andy's awake. Andy didn't wake me up in time because he's actually here today. He's here. He was at a Shatterpoint tournament yesterday. Dave Corley says most annoying customer award me. You may have won that. I did. I was thinking there. I could just take that. Second worst customer. Not even. It's like when you don't get the win with a wooden spoon. You get like second last. You're like, oh, I don't get anything to show for that. What have we got down there? Sorry, I'm missing some stuff. Cake. Fancy pops out. Community minis are shipped. I can't remember if that wasn't last week, was it? I think I said they will be shipping. So they have shipped. I realise I have read Andrea's email, and the answer is no. I didn't reply because I read it last night and went, play my night and normal brain work. So I've not shipped the EUs yet. Best Sunday morning games and miniatures related YouTube live stream. Exactly. Let's do it. So the community minis are all shipped for Mary Reed, Olga of Kiev, and Bonnie. Apart from the EU people, but they'll get them very soon. Very soon. So they are out there. I'm really happy with them. It means we are up to. I know I'm such a sucker. I'll be like, time to go to sleep. I'll just check my emails. No, it's never good. What was I saying? What was I saying? Community minis. They're out. So people have been receiving them this week. If you get yours and you like it, do share it around the social media. And show you the cards because I love the cards. There's still cards left, so anyone who's not bought any of the community minis because they don't know what the heck goes on with them, which I totally get, they're just available to buy now. They're on the shop. You can just buy them, and they'll get shipped on Monday. And the cards are still available. You know the cards are available if it says collector's edition. If it doesn't, it means you don't get cards. So that's how I differentiate them. They're all ready to go. The reason the pulp miniatures are a bit late, I'll be honest. I was wondering whether to be honest or not, because I'm too honest. I actually got them all before Christmas, and they're not shipped yet. Because one of them had a miscast on it. And I had a look, but because I was so overwhelmed at the tail end of Christmas, I then didn't want to look again because I wasn't sure if it was in my head. And it was a bit like with the Julie Daubigny, where I was like, is it me? Am I being fussy? And like, if I'm worried about it being fussy, then it means it needs fixing. But because I had so many other things, they just sat there, and I went, I don't want to look at them, just in case. So I sorted that out. It just meant, so I'll tell you a little bit of behind the scenes. The casters will probably tell me off because they're like, you can't tell people that occasionally there's an issue. Sometimes with a particular mold material, when they're being molded for the first time, I'm telling you, because I told Alec yesterday, and he seemed quite fascinated by it all. for whatever reason, occasionally a bit of the mold will just go, yeah. So it's supposed to cure around the figure, but for whatever reason, just the weirdness of the material. But it's worth it because it's really good material. Just every now and again, there'll be a weird like pocket where it goes. So that'd happen. They hadn't spotted it because it was right here. So it was right where her jumper jumper collar was, because they've got those like fisherman jumpers on, and because it was in a particular bit, it just looked a bit. I thought it was a tear till they went and had a look. Um, so it's a section which, to be fair, a lot of companies would have put out, but not I. That was the like, oh, do I have to? I don't want to cause scene. So yeah, so we're fixing it. Fix it. It just means that one of the figures is Edna has to go back to be remastered. But the sculpt's all fine because they're made in super strong stuff. So she'll just get remastered, and hopefully around next week. Probably it'll be the week after because I've got Fatmas back next week. They'll all brain. Oh, I'm so sleepy. They will all be ready, and I'll be shipping. I realised I had to like. It sounds dramatic to call it trauma, but I had to like casting related trauma, because if you followed me for a long time, I've had a lot of issues with casters in the past, from kind of various issues. Not all of them were like terrible people or anything. They were just different issues and didn't work out. But it caused me a lot of stress and at various points nearly killed the company. The casters we have now, we've had for 8 years. And I love them, and they're amazing, and I'm always talking about how ace they are. And yeah, occasionally stuff happens because that's what happens. But whenever I have a problem with them, I they go, "Yep, no problem," or "Oh yeah, oh no, I'm terribly sorry about that," and they're really lovely and they fix it. But the casters I had before weren't like that. So the reason that I postponed for a month, I could have got the Kickstarter out early. Um, but a whole month, because I kept thinking he's gonna have a big go at me. He's gonna have a big yell at me for being a weird perfectionist, or uh, how dare I suggest the casting is not to standards. Uh, the sculpt was like that anyway. Um, it's just all that sort of stuff. And I was just like, oh, I can't. I'm going to get told off. I'm going to get told off for the thing that I ordered not being the thing I ordered. Um, and yeah, I'm like, but that's never happened with this company that I use now. So when I said no, I went, oh yeah, of course we'll fix that. I was like, oh yeah, I should know after 8 years. I know after 8 years. So I would like to say big up to my casters because they're awesome, and I've just never had an issue with them. And I realised that yeah, I'm still am carrying that issue because I just felt like a massive pain in the ass with a lot of my earlier casters. And so not all of them, in case you've cast for me. Yeah, but yeah, you all know there were various reasons, from just being an absolute to to just like logistics not working. But yeah, that's such a huge bit of the origin story of Bad Squiddo that we were pretty much saved by that casting company we use now. So it was pretty rubbish that I'd assumed that they'd be terrible about an error, and they're not. So I did. It was not a learning curve, just to go, hey, from just if you have an issue, just actually raise it really quickly and then they can fix it. So that was me giving you way too much information. I could have just said the casts will be arriving in 2 weeks. It's just one of these little like these are the things that happen. James Bruce says, Annie, just seen the roundtable of USUGs and Trish, fascinating chat. Will you be doing more? Learning about how women have literally sculpted the world of wargaming is fantastic. Yes. I got some really nice feedback from that interview, and I'm really happy about it. I think it has given me a little boost of people finding me, finding Squiddo, so that's really cool. I love that interview because it was just us chatting about stuff, rather than like back and forth question thing. Really liked it. Tom seems up for another one. I'm going to be doing one on my own with Tom, just basically a bad Squiddo advert, just showing him around the office and stuff like that. We were going to do that last time, but I was like, I was drained from all of the scotch, not the scotch, the Scottish chatter. I thought, oh, I can't do another video after that, and we went to GW and got food instead. So I'll be doing that, but I totally think we should do another thing with me and Trish and Louise, because we've spoken about it for a while. Because yeah, we've all got totally different but similar things to talk about of the industry, and yeah, it was just really nice. I really like them both. It was ace. Got Tim says maybe get a T-shirt printed that says "Haven't been mean for 8 years." Though they weren't mean before that. Yeah. Good customer service. For these sorts of problems, it's on price. Oh, so much, so much. That in the past would have been a whole thing. There's a bit of a thing of the caster will blame the sculptor will blame the caster, but everyone works with Ace, so it makes such difference when people that say, "Oh, I'm setting up a oh yeah, Gary says webfoo's not very strong. So I've now put it into the playlist. So if you go onto the Bad Squiddo channel and scroll down, there's a one that says industry interviews, and I've put it in there, and it'll be the latest one on there, so you'll see it. Um, customer service, people blaming each other. Everyone at Squiddo is ace. I forgot. Tell me. What was it saying? What was it saying? Mm. When people say I'm thinking of setting up a company or we're looking for caster recommendations, they're called CMA, CSL. They're in Birmingham. And I always go, don't just skip, just go straight to these guys. Someone recently who was occasionally in the chat, so maybe you'll see this at some point. I've done that too, and I thought, oh, if I started off with with that caster, oh, what a treat that would be. But instead just cut out the learning curve. But yeah, everything about them is it just takes. I've no stress about casting anymore, and it used to be such a big stress. So it's just like all the different bits of running the company. It means that is just up to them. I go, oh, there's this, and they even occasionally, if like a model breaks on the in post or something, they can fix it up for me, just stuff like that. And yeah, Jill says you appreciate them so much more. I reckon if I hadn't had such bad experience, I'd always be muttering about them being expensive, because they are. They're very expensive. And I'm giving them adverts. They'll be like, "Oh, cheers, Andy." Like, they're very expensive. They're not cheap. They're not cheap. They are what you get. It's that whole you get what you pay for thing. So whereas if I hadn't, yeah, I'd have been like, "Oh God, maybe I should go somewhere cheaper." Oh God, that would have been awful. So yeah, yay for my casters, yay. Mini minis, I have ticked off. Need more coffee, any more coffee. I've only had little sips. I mean, to cradle this and then go back to bed. I will be talking about other topics, but yes, so to keep you stuck around. That attack. What on earth is that? It looks like a bow. It looks like I've written Boeing. Women of Wars of the Roses, I think. That's the big thing. That's what I was at yesterday, which is why I'm absolutely knackered. Oh, Women of Letters. No, I did 2 talks this week. Oh, the bitterness of poor quality lingers long after the temporary sweetness of low cost vanishes, or similar. Yeah, very wise for this Sunday morning. Mm. Give me a moment. More coffee. More coffee. I'm just looking around going, oh, what chores have I got to do today? Too bad, actually. That's my brush. I like brushes more than hoovers. Something like settling about using a brush. Gary says, other pigs. I assume Gary meant to say the pig's in good health and there's been an auto. They're always in rude health. They are. Carol went to the Carol went to the vets last week and this week. So the last week they saw that she's got arthritis. This week was her follow-up. She's been doing a lot better on pain medication, so she's just going to carry on pain medication. That was pretty much what it was. He showed me, because this vet is ace. He showed me how to feel her bones. And their bones, they're guinea pig skeletons. If you're interested, just whack it in the other tab. Just type guinea pig X-ray, guinea pig skeleton, because they're just all fat. So underneath this potato is like a rat. They're just like little rats. So you got these little like chicken bones, and then it's just all fat, and it's always weird to see the contrast. It's like that, when they say if they reconstructed various animals from the past, like with dinosaurs and stuff. But it was like, this is if we reconstructed a rhino based on how we do with dinosaurs, sort of thing. And it's just like, because they don't account for the fat. Yeah, guinea pigs would just be, they'd pretty much just be rats, to be fair. They're just the same. Yes. James, are any of your historical talk on YouTube? Not yet, not yet. I'm gonna see about getting the ChillCon one recorded. Maybe by Louise. Louise might do it for me, because I haven't got the one I did before. But it's probably not worth YouTubing yet anyway, because it's going to keep getting refined. I do need to practice a bit for it, because it's in March. But now I've done it once, I've like got over the scare. And I'd like to do different types of talks. I was chatting to Alec and Rob about this yesterday. I'm quite infused to do a lot more teaching directly about different women in history and how you can use them in war games as well. So yeah, Carol has got. So yeah, I feel I've got a little back chicken legs, round the hip sort of area. Her left leg has got the arthritis, so I need to just sort of keep comparing them. So to see if make sure that her left leg isn't withering faster, basically. So he showed me how to feel, and she's there like, I'm just feeling your bones, Carol. So yeah, I'm fine about that. They are always guinea pigs and ailments. You know, they're together always. She had a very bad start to life. Can't remember if I said that last week. She's a rescue. I actually brought her up yesterday and compared her to Marg Beaufort, who were, as I say, smiling. It's terrible. As we'll get into on my summary of the Wars of the Roses chat we went to yesterday, Margaret Beaufort had a child when she got pregnant when she was 13, probably had a child when she was 13 as well, which is not very nice. But I was like, that's what happened to Carol. Who? Carol, the guinea pig. So Carol got pregnant at 5 weeks, because she was kept in this like weird inbred guinea pig land, of someone that was not looking after them, and they actually got rescued because he'd publicly said that he was going to drown them all. If I should put trigger warning on this, if nobody came, so a load of people came, took them all. The guinea pig. There's a thing called Guinea Piggy Bank, which is a network guinea pig rescues and affiliates, and when you can activate piggy bank like this superhero sort of network, like Pig Avengers or something. And she says, knowing nothing about Marvel, I assume that's how it works. And yeah, anyone who's sort of in that area will then rescue the pigs, and then you like distribute them across the network, so one person hasn't got this massive influx. So Carol came from, and she was pregnant at the time, so she was a little pregnant thing. She's probably horribly inbred, and she had a son. It was all very horrible, but she had a son. But then she couldn't hang out with the son; he had to be taken away. But then she lives with me, so she's had a very rough beginning. So I imagine. Oh yeah, that's the point. I was learning about side effects. It could be because she's getting a bit older. It could be because could maybe because she had a baby so young. That's affected. But yeah, I'm never I'm always quite unfazed by guinea pig ailments, because they've always got something going on. They got something going on, and I think it's much better than the alternative. So yeah, Carol's doing well. I've changed how the pen is a little bit. I'm looking through the wall, and I've just got to keep sort of making sure she's moving around, making a very nice, comfy and warm areas, which Dave liked to keep chasing her out of course, because I decided yesterday that male guinea pigs are gits. They're so git. There's like this passive gitness with them, which is obviously adorable as well. I was like, you git, you absolute git. Just as what's the lifespan of a pig? According to this podcast I listened to the other day, 4 years. Lies. So Carol's about 5. Um, my official lifespan. It's kind of yeah. It's well, a lot of people don't realise how long they live. It's kind of if they're doing all right, 6 to 8 years old is a decent go. Karen was just over 7, but yeah, so 6 to 8. But you can lose them sooner, so it's all a bit of luck with them. But that's the reason there's so many in rescues, because people think they're like because hamsters live for about 2 years, maybe 3 years, and people kind of group them with that. But someone was telling me, I think it was Ian, was telling me chinchillas live for like 50 years or something, not 50 years, but was it like 20 years or something? So yeah, people get them because they're like, oh yeah, I'll get this thing for my child to maintain it. That oh no, the child that is developing has not maintained a lifelong interest in this. Who would have thought? So yeah, they just end up in rescues. Um, uh, yeah. So I don't know. Like, I should probably stop talking my monologue about pigs. Alex's photo Dave showed yesterday was adorable. I put him on Blue Sky. Dave sleeps just like the most deep, comfortable sleep, and it just warms my heart so much because it means that he's so at peace. But I was a bit mean to him earlier in the week because he was in his mega deep sleep. He was in the lovely nest that I built for Arthritis Girl. Um, and they a lot of the time they sleep with their eyes open because it's like we're prey and at any point we may get eaten. And when they're extra not all pigs, but some of them, when they're extra comfy and extra like safe, they close their eyes. But Dave just like goes into this sort of sleep, which I've never seen a pig sleep that intently. And I was being a bit mean because oh yeah, I never spoke about pigs on the thing. With That's what we should do. Me and Trish on pigs, because Trish is a big pig fan. Um, but Dave would leave Dave alone. So he was deep in sleep. So I was by his face, pretty much going, Dave, wake up, Dave. What are you doing? Stealing a bed. I was like, what about high pitch? I was like, and he was just, I tried a variety of noises, and he was just like, I am unfazed. Didn't even flick the ear. Didn't even just go. Sometimes they'll go. Shh. Ugh. Um. So I went. Carol's at the other side of the pen, so I went. Shh. He's asleep. We can have treats without him. And I got a little pea flake. And they're not. It's not like a big juicy banana or something. But it's like, look, it's a pea flake. Shh. Come on. And the second she went, he was like, I took my glasses off for the for the thing. He was just like, oh, the crunch of food, Dave. So that was funny. But yeah, I did post on Blue Sky just like the most safest Dave ever. ZUCC is next Sunday. I'll be travelling next Saturday. Some guy Chris had a go at me because he thought I was a Vattentak organizer, I think, and he's like, "When will you be giving us discounts for over 65s?" I'm like, I can't. It's not up to me. Um, and if you gave over 65 discounts at trade shows, they'd probably all go under, I think. But it's been a week for just people randomly going, "You there?" But it's not me. I got a really big telling off. I'll skim this because I have got history things to talk about. I got a really big telling off for having a guinea pig in an Uber, and I've done this loads. Because I put them in a little carrier. I make sure there's no hay, or it's basically the same as taking a shopping bag. And this guy just had a go at me all the way home. I'm glad I hadn't had bad news or anything. I just cried. um, he was like, "No, you're not supposed to get it as a pet. I don't want to pick up an XL bully or a snake." I'm like, just little Carol, just little Carol in her little container. Please, no. So yeah, it's been a week. It's been a good week. So yeah, if you're at ZUCC, and you want something, please do a pre-order because I've only got my little stand, my mini stand. Oh yeah, Kinsfolk, you should go if you're Northish. Go to ZUCC next Sunday at Leeds Racecourse. I won't do a show next week because I normally schedule one for the evening, and I'm like, no. So I'll probably do it on the Monday evening afterwards. I could talk about it. So I've been attempting some sort of routine because that classic downfall of being self-employed is that you what's the word, kind of end up making my own weird hours and stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna try really hard. I've been eating a lot better and it's been helping my brain and everything's been a lot clearer. Who knew? um so so I've been doing a bit better on that, and Andy can confirm I have been getting up and going to bed at the same time, apart from today. I went to bed early last night as well. So I've been trying to set myself in this routine and just kind of look after myself a bit better, which has been really good. That was leading on to something. Oh yes, I fit things in. So I went to an online lecture on women of letters. Two medieval lectures this week. I'm not even doing medieval yet. And brain women of letters with Sharon Bennett Connolly, one of my favourites, because she's really fun and my brain likes listening to her. So she was talking about different women authors, and that was really good. And then yesterday, the finale, I went to. Apparently, it's called Southwark. I got corrected because I was calling it Southwark. Apparently, it's Southwark Cathedral in London, right by the Thames. Right by the Thames, and it was ace. It was called Women of the Wars of the Roses. The speakers were Suffolk, like Suffolk, you cockneys. Southwark. Tudor Times presents Women of the Wars of the Roses. Looking, yes, I know. A day of short talks. Suffolk. Lauren Johnson on Marguerite of Anjou. Dr. Joanna Laysmith on Cecily Neville. Dr. Alison Weir on Elizabeth of York. Melissa Thomas on Elizabeth Woodville. Sarah Griswood on Anne Neville. And Dr. Elizabeth Norton on Margaret Beaufort, with little breaks, a little Q&A. Hi Mike, do you have a list of shows you're doing in 2025? I need to update that. I'm going to write right now, because there is an events page on the website, but I haven't updated it for ages because I forget it's there. I don't have a list because I don't do many shows this year. I don't do many shows anymore, though I am working on increasing them back up again. So I'm only doing Fat Tack in York this Sunday, next Sunday, and Salute in April, and UK Games Expo in June. So it starts in May, so it's end of May into June. So that's it, I'm afraid. But Great Escape Games, if you look at their list, they carry all. Well, they don't carry it all because they can't, but they carry a lot of Bad Squiddo, and they do shows nearly every other weekend. So they're always a good bet if you're looking for some Squiddo. That they've usually got it. I don't know if there are any near Manchester. There used to be one in Sheffield, but not anymore. Chilcon is that up that way? Kind of vaguely, not really. Chilcon. Oh yeah, I'm at Chilcon, but I'm not trading. I'm gonna bring. Oh, I forgot. I volunteered to bring. I'm bringing colouring in and kind of leaving it to be self-sufficient at that one. Although I'll probably be based around there. And I'm doing a talk at ChillCon, so everyone should come to ChillCon and support me doing my second talk on women in war games. So it's a bit of a brief history of women and how they can be utilised into game, how you can make your games have more women in them, and apparently it's fun and listenable. So I'm going to start getting quotes to put next to it. Oh crap! Oh, there we are. There we are. So where are we at? Suffolk. Suffolk. So yesterday was the Roses talk. Immediately there's a cat and there's merch for the cat. That cathedral knows what they're up to. They've gone, you know what people love? They love blooming cats. So Hodge is the local celebrity there, and I got to give Hodge lots of little strokes. He is a cutie. And he did get to invade the talk at one point as well. Because that's what cats do. Again, maybe male guinea pigs are cats. It's that same sort of git energy. You're a git, but you're really cute. So let me photograph. Oh, there's that picture of Dave all asleep. Oh, severe weather alert. Oh, yeah, I hope you're all okay up in the Scotlands and Islands. Oh yeah, if I turn we've learned, haven't we? If I turn the lighting down, you can actually see stuff on my phone. Let's do that. So that was the picture of Dave. That was the picture of Dave. Look at that. Again, it's shiny, but oh, the comfort, the comfort. Well, I met up with Mr. Rob Grayston of many fame, who has just done his Wars of the Roses book for Warlord, so not that long with him, obviously. Here's a lovely picture. Yay! So nearly focused. That was pretty wild. So that was the three of us. That's me and Alec that's in the chat, and Rob. Rob and Alec are the same guy. So I went down with Rob on the train. We met Alec there, and it was really good. It was such a good day. It was also I was knackered because we left. Rob picked me up to get to the station at 6, and then it was just a full day of learning. And then the learnings of the brain just like, I can't take another information. So they were, luckily for my attention span, they were all about half-hour talks. And we got that way around. They were all half-hour talks. But they were pretty much straight back on, back to back, but with gaps, so that was good. We all seem to be talking to different people there as well. So like, because obviously there's loads of people interested in the same thing, which is why they're there, and that's really nice. So I always like being able to that's that like-minded thing, as well as us all being like-minded. I like introducing friends that I feel will get on, and they did. Where it's like, you would really like you. So they were hitting it off. So that was ace. Talks were all wicked. I get very confused with Wars of the Roses, so I kept writing notes like I was at school to Rob that was like, is that guy the same as that guy with a different title? Yeah. Right, okay. I think pretty much our group agreed favourites were the first and last, which was Lauren Johnson and Dr. Elizabeth Norton. I'm going to message Lauren Johnson. I'm going to message them all because that's what I do. And I'm going to, because they were very, I felt like, so each person was talking about a different lady. And I feel like they were trying to sell on their lady sort of thing, which was good. But they were the two that I thought the most dynamic. And we were Rob related. Not as far as I'm aware. Normally, if she's still in the chat, might be able to shed light. I don't know if she's still there. The cathedral is amazing. Because by the time I saw it, the main seats, the seats at the front, they were sold out, and it's like I get the wing. And I thought, maybe the wing would be okay. And I reckon we had the actual best seats because I didn't realise it only started at 10:20 because it was doors at 9:30. So we got there early because I did think there's not many people here. We were just really early. But is it the pulpit? Is that the word? Not very church au fait, but that was on the left, and everyone who spoke went to the pulpit, which I think it's called a pulpit. Um, which was the side we were on. So because it obviously as a church goes back a lot, we were right next to them. So it was really cool. It's like, yes, sometimes things come together nicely. I've got some little photos. I'll be posting them up. Some of the at one point though, the light of Christ was blaring down on us. So a couple of the speakers I couldn't see because I was being chosen for ascension or something. I took a good picture from the back. So that was from the back. There were a lot of people there. And then we had two wings. I don't know if I took a photo of that. There's the kitty. There's a kitty there, look. I brought Eleanor of Aquitaine with me because I wanted Alison Weir to sign her. But she had a prior engagement, had to leave. I did see her leaving, and I thought, oh, shall I chase her down? Oh, not today, Alison. So I didn't get any autographs, but that was fine. And Eleanor got a nice little trip to London. She likes coming out and about. What else have we getting? If you're ever there, there's a very sexy William Shakespeare in that like paint me like your French ladies sort of pose. I can't really see it. I'll post them out. I'll post them in the group for sure in a little album. So I won't run down into all the information, but obviously my favourite is Margaret of Anjou, and my new second favourite, because I don't about the others to be fair, is Margaret Beaufort. She seems a pretty badass, resilient person. I asked a question of where they'll all be afterwards, and I got a list of where they'll be doing talks and stuff. Yeah, talks. Talks and going to museums and exhibitions just give me this like boost that's so good. And even the fact we're not doing medieval at the moment, it's just like I feel like my brain of women from history like grows a little bit each time, and I do want to absorb as much information as possible. And just being around like-minded people, and it's just really nice. And the venue was lovely because a lot of these talks I go to are just in events rooms somewhere, which is fine. But being in this massive cathedral, it was like being preached to about women from history. Everything should take place in cathedrals, as I've decided now, and have a cat. So yeah, I'll post the information about it. It was just wicked. That's the thing. And we booked a later train, so we had some time to hang about in London. And I went. So we jumped on the train at the Tube and went to the National Portrait Gallery, which I realised I've never been to because I thought that the National Gallery is the Portrait Gallery. So I thought in there. What? So we went there because on the way I went, "Oh, that's where Christina Scarbeck is. I can take a photograph of a photograph." So Christina Scarbeck is one of the SOE ladies. She's Polish, and we've made a mini of her. She's one that we made quite a while ago. She's got her skis because she skied. Yes, Tim, I did think afterwards to try and meet up with us. I'm in London a few times. Oh no, London I'm in soonish. One of the things is in the evening. Oh, I'll send you a message. It's about gay war. Gay war. Um, so what we're doing. I'll get a bit sniffly now. Can't we get a sniffly? So I went to the portrait gallery. So Christina Scarbeck recently has been on one of the photographs of her has been unveiled as part of it. So well, we haven't got much time before it closes, so we'll run in, do Scarbeck, and Rob wanted to go see Richard III, so I got various pictures. And then next to Richard III is Margaret Beaufort. So I was like, there she is, it's Margaret Beaufort. We just drink this. Classic Rob. It was classic Rob. So we went up to the Tudor bit. Saw Mr. Richard III. Got a series of photographs of Rob with Richard III. Then got a series of photos of me with Margaret Beaufort going, "It's Margaret Beaufort." But we didn't really look around the rest of it because we were on that time thing. So ran down to look for Christina, and I didn't know she was there as part of an SOE section. So I got an extra bonus. So let me show you. So I saw Christina. Christine Granville was her English name. So there she is there. She's so pretty. And no, not pretty. It's me going, look, it's Christina Granville. But there's this whole section on SOE, and we just get photo again. I'll post all that up. That's just the gist of it. It's just four of them, but all together, which was really nice. And I didn't know that Nancy Wake was there, so I had a nice little moment with Nancy. She lived till she was 98. I'm not sure how old she is in that photograph, but she's pretty much at eye level, and you can just sort of like chat to her, and it's really nice. And have we got info there? How old was she then? This was from 2004. She died 2011. So she was in her 90s. I'm not doing that basic math in front of you and shaming myself. So yeah, that was lovely. And there were a couple more SOE that I hadn't heard of. Elaine Madden and what's the other one? I don't know. Just looking through it now. There's a photo of Rob with Richard III and his book. So there's a little SOE bit, which yeah, was just really lovely and a nice little end to the day because I'm totally in at Scarbeck, like SK Beck. She's what am I doing, brain? World War II is my super fixation at the moment, which I'll talk about in a moment. So yeah, we saw that, went back, got some food, and went train home, and it was ace. And I got dropped off, and went to bed, and then apparently woke up at 12. Woke up early. I went, well, I did not need much. So I'll be going back to bed after this. I'm not going to sleep. Be playing more Disney until I inevitably fall asleep again. So it seems to be a game that I fall asleep playing. So I just had a wicked day. It's just really good. Got out there, barely spent any money. I spent £1 on this card. I managed to withhold myself in the National Portrait Gallery, though think I'm going to make another trip to go and have a proper look around there. Now that I know it's an entirely different gallery, how have I my entire life? I was like, yeah, I've been there. Nope. Because they've got some really good win merch there. Because there's a really good mural of all the women that they've got in the gallery, and then there's merch for the mural. And I was like, no, I haven't got any money. I haven't got any money. So I spent £1 plus food, so pretty good. Obviously, pay beforehand. So I'm trying to do some more trips so I can do more, but on the cheap. So I will be heading off shortly, but I want to talk one more thing about I'm living in World War II. Oh yeah, I had a post go viral on Blue Sky. That hasn't happened before. And I'm always really good on Blue Sky at putting alt text, and I didn't because it was a throwaway post, and I thought no one would see it, and then I got told off for that as well. So I'm currently reading about the Red Orchestra. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to like cozy up. I might not. I want to get dressed. I'm just going to stay in this dressing gown and read about the Red Orchestra. Maybe I'll do that instead of just saying Disney. And I'll reading that instead. So I'm reading a lot about German resistance, and there's so many interesting bits. And Unfortunately, we do the whole "we won't talk about politics." Some very horrible things happened this week. I think it was this week. It's been a long week. There was very clearly a Nazi salute at the presidential inauguration, and there's no other way around it. It was a Nazi salute. And I'm reading the stuff about the 1933 onwards, and it's got me even more like I just read the same, and I've been really like, well, this is good. It's good that this is not happening again at all. And yeah, it's just so wild, and it's given me even more of a motivation to get this properly moving now. Because I think a lot of people resonate with it, and I'm being inspired by these people I'm reading about. Just the lengths that they go to resist. Um, and again, I'll probably lose a few people, but it's fine. Again, if you follow my Squiddo, it's not. Um, but the lady that did I don't know anything about her other than the taught the reading, church, is she minister, pastor. That gave me chills because like that's resistance. That's resistance right there. Learning about all these different ways of resistance is kind of just it's all on the top of my mind at the moment, and I really want to channel that into getting these minis made and teaching people about all the different ways people resisted in World War II. And I'm really into the German side of it at the moment, because obviously Germany. um, but there are so many people in Germany in World War II that are doing these acts of resistance. So a lot of them are more subtle because it's such a dangerous place to be doing that, and they're definitely just these really interesting stories of really like just little things you don't think about, like how how you get hold of a lot of paper to print pamphlets that you need to distribute, because if you're buying a lot of paper you're very suspicious, so you can't, and you have to have ID, and then it's on your ID that you bought loads of reams of paper, and where have all these pamphlets come from? So I've been making notes on all that, and that's been really interesting. So I really want to get the ball rolling with that. The GSPR should be ready next week. I'm getting there. I just need to finalise a few bits, and then it will be all ready to go. So hopefully next week some stuff will be shipping. That's early in the stuff that's happening. Let me have a little look at the week ahead, which I haven't. I've got more talks. That Gloucester History Festivals began now online. So that's cool. My library induction next week as well. But yeah, I haven't really thought the rest of next week's. Prepping for that attack, getting loose ends tied, and getting the GSPR info out to print, so that can start shipping. And then probably after, just because of time, after that attack, I will be shipping. Oh, I've got my February calendar there. After that attack, I will be shipping the Kickstarter. Woo! And then after, go to London again, and then it's my birthday. Got quite a few little trips in February, good little trips to look forward to. So thank you, you're all the best. I'm gonna have toast. That's what I'm gonna have first. I'm gonna have some toast. Yeah. So thanks for coming along. Sorry I was late and dishevelled. But hopefully it was a good little chat. Yeah, it was busy and more busy coming up. But if I'm eating vegetables, and sticking to some sort of routine, it's been really helping getting loads more done, and having more time to do other things. I've been reading a lot, and I've been painting quite a bit as well. And making myself just stay up a bit earlier, because I go to bed too early and then I sleep too long because I'm like, I just want to go to bed. So I'm forcing myself to stay up till 11 o'clock. And then it's turned the evenings from, oh, I might as well just go to bed, to, oh yeah, I've got a few more hours. I can actually do stuff. So that's all been good. Mike says, don't forget to update your website. I will, but not today because it is a Sunday. Although I may end up doing a bit of stuff later. But yeah, the only shows I'm doing are Vat Attack on Sunday, and then Salute and Expo. And if any more get added, I will announce. Right, and I'll be posting later on after a little nap when I wake up inevitably at 6 and go, oh crap. I will post more information about the chat and some of the photos and who I thought was super good and all that sort of stuff. So thanks for coming along. It's been ace. I sent a newsletter out on Friday, so have a little look at the newsletter. Go buy community minis because they're really good. And yeah, that's about it. And woo, second best miniatures. Woo, woo, that's us. Benz and GW. Right, thank you. Have a wicked rest of your Sunday. And yeah, keep it real.